Hello, my beautiful people. How we doing today? Are you guys ready for another healthy, cheap dog treat for your dogs? This is a simple one. This is three ingredients, real quick, nothing crazy, but very good for your dogs. It's basically a pumpkin oat mix, and I'm gonna show you how to do this and what you need. I did say 3 ingredients. We're actually going to use 4 today because we're going to have pumpkin and seeds. But if it's harvest season and you get yourself a pumpkin, even better. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off. You need 3 cups. 3 cups of oats. We need 2 eggs. I get 2 eggs in here. Okay? And then next we need 1 can, and a 1 8-ounce can of pumpkin. When you get your pumpkin, make sure it's pumpkin, 100% pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie mix. Okay, this is 100% pumpkin. And then because we're not using real pumpkin, if we were using a real pumpkin, we could just take the whole pumpkin seeds and all. I like to add a little extra pumpkin seeds in there, extra, and you'll see why. I'll tell you why later on. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to put the oats in the processor. Have yourself a processor. Have yourself 2 trays. You're going to need 2 trays. You're going to need a spoon just to scoop it out a little later. And you're going to need a fork. So those are the things, basic, very easy. So the one thing I like to do is your choice. If you want to add pumpkin seeds, you can. Pumpkin seeds are actually very good for dogs. Just make sure, again, they're the pumpkin seeds. Make sure that they're natural, all natural, not cooked, no salt added. Your David seeds are not what we're looking for. We're looking for regular old-fashioned, as you can see, nice and green. We're going to throw those in there too. So we're going to throw those in, and we're going to give this a little chopping up. Okay, I don't go too long. You don't need to. It breaks up pretty quickly. So we're going to end up with this little mixture in here. Okay, so then what we're going to do next is we're going to add 2 eggs. We're going to put the 2 eggs in. Two eggs. Those go in. I'm going to scoop out the pumpkin. Put this pumpkin in. Again, this is a very easy treat. Good for your dogs. They're good for, if you're going to leave them out on the counter, they're only good for a couple days. But if you want, you can keep them in your fridge. They're good for a couple weeks in the fridge. Or what I'll do, I like to make some and then, put maybe some in the freezer. And that way you can have them later on or take them out little by little. That's up to you. We're going to just let this mix up. We're going to put this back. That was about 1 minute on high. So it doesn't take much at all. And you're going to end up with a nice little batter, as you can see right there. This one here, if you want, I make them like I do like a peanut butter cookie. I just take a couple little scoops, put them on the tray. So when you have your trays, if you're going to do it this way, make sure you pre-coat your trays, a little flour, and whatever you want, or you can use parchment paper. Put your parchment paper down and do it right on parchment paper. Either one's fine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of scoop out a little bit. So like I said, I just like to do a little scoop. I don't care if they come out different sizes or not. But, just a good little scoop like that. Now, these ones here, I tend to make a little on the bigger side. If you do, I get a tablespoon. And, just make quick little easy balls. We are going to flatten them a little bit, so give them a little space. Like I said, we're going to flatten them with a fork. So Or if you're a person who likes to do, say, dog-shaped cookies, you get a dog bone cutter. It's like a 2-inch dog bone cutter. Works. One treat for every 10 pounds of your dog is what you can give them for the day. Pumpkin has a lot of nice, good benefits, a lot of health benefits, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about. So like I said, we're going to have, as you see, I got a tray with some cookies there. So we're going to take our fork, and I get a little bit of flour sitting here. You dip your fork in the flour, makes for it a little easier, but like I said, I like to do it, just crunch them down like you're saying you would a chocolate chip a peanut butter cookie. Nice and, get them nice and a little flat. These you want to do kind of have a little bit of space. They do kind of tend to grow a little bit. I make mine bigger. If you get a small dog, you may want to go smaller. Do some smaller sizes. Or, you can go big and then just break them off if you want. It's another way of doing it. So as far as the pumpkin's really good for your dogs. There's so many health benefits to pumpkin. They're rich in minerals, rich in vitamins, a lot of stuff that you're not going to get in your dog food. A lot of people ask me all the time, why do I take the time to do this? One, we're gonna make more treats than you're gonna be able to buy in a bag at the store. Now, this whole recipe that I'm showing you costs less than $3. That's one reason. A lot cheaper. Two, I know what's in this, and I know that the ingredients are natural. I'm not adding anything in it. You don't know what you're getting when you buy these bags. One thing that's the downfall with the dog food industry is there's no regulations. I try to compare feeding your dog food, dog products. It's like bringing your kids to McDonald's every day. It'll keep them alive, but their body ain't gonna thrive. You want a good, healthy dog that's going to live a long time, you're going to want to feed them real food. And that will keep your dog healthy. A lot of this dog food stuff, like I said, is garbage. It's just nutritional enough to keep your dog alive, and that's it. You don't get any extra benefits like you would with the making your real own food. So with pumpkin, it's rich in vitamin A. That helps with eyes. It really gives them better eye health. It's one of those. It boosts the immune system, so it gives your dog a better immune system. Which the vitamin C is what is boosting the immune system. But a lot of people don't know vitamin C also works as a anti-cancer. It helps fight a couple cancers. So keep that in mind too. Drink your orange juice, people. Get your vitamin C. It helps with humans as well. So these are things that that benefit your dogs that you're not going to get from a lot of these companies. And even when you go to the store and they give you a treat and it says, made with real pumpkin, take a look. The percentage is probably so small, it's ridiculous that they even say it. Another good thing with pumpkin too is pumpkin's very has a lot of water. It's very moist, and due to it being moist, it helps with their coat, skin. If your dog has skin problems, pumpkin's good for your dog that might have skin problems. the other thing too is pumpkin seeds. The one reason why I added seeds in there is because pumpkin seed actually has antioxidants in it and omega-3, and it helps in multiple ways. One, it helps with inflammation. So if you got an older dog that has, you know, inflammation or something like that, pumpkin seed's really good for them. They also, the other thing too with pumpkin seed is actually pumpkin seeds actually have the ability to help fight against parasites naturally. So, you know, things like tapeworm and things like that. The other nice thing about pumpkin seed, and the reason why I said don't, you know, if you want to give your dog some pumpkin treats, pumpkin seeds as a treat, go ahead. The reason is because just like us, we don't really quite break down a pumpkin seed. And so what happens is when it passes through the intestines, it actually starts breaking off. Like if they do have, you know, parasites in their body, it actually breaks off because the pumpkin seed doesn't get broken down. It's also why I use carrots in my dog's food. Same thing with carrots. Because it doesn't get broken down, it passes through the intestines with, you know, in a whole state and breaks them down. So when you're making them, feel free, make some extras, you know, carry them around, hand them out. People will love you for them. Dogs will love you for them. So the other thing with pumpkin too, if you have a dog that has irregularity, any type of stomach issue, constipation, diarrhea, it helps with that. So pumpkin actually helps with digestion, and so it's good for older dogs, where older dogs might have problems with their digestion. Pumpkin's really good for them. The other thing too is if you have a dog that's overweight, pumpkin's loaded with fiber. That's again why it helps with their digestion. And what's up, Bobs? What you doing, bud? You want some pumpkin cookies? He's like, yeah. He just ate too. Literally, just fed them. But he loves his cookies, man. Just like all of us and all our kids. But yeah, if you have a dog that say is maybe a little overweight, the fiber actually will help with weight loss, so that's a good thing. So the other thing, like I said earlier, that's good with pumpkin is pumpkin's very high in moisture. There's a lot of water content in pumpkin, so it helps with hydration. Dehydration is very common in our dogs as well as us people, and dehydration causes, you know, skin problems, and if you see your dog itching a lot of times it's dehydration. I tell a lot of people, you know, you see especially with pit bulls and bully breeds, they have red skin, you know, and rashing and stuff like that. And you know, like I said before, rashing happens due to poor quality food. If you're buying cheap dog food, you get what you pay for. Now the other thing too is if you wanted to, say, roll this out and do it in that process and say use a cookie cutter, you can go ahead and do that. The only thing you're going to want to do is before you actually start taking batter out, once the batter is made, you want to throw in like about a quarter cup of flour and blend it in there. Or you can throw it, you know, I have a glass table here, so a lot of times I'll just dump a pile of flour on the table and roll it in there and do my cuts as needed. You know, the idea is you just don't want it as sticky, you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to preheat your oven for 350 degrees. And again, depending on how stiff you want the cookies and or how soft you want the cookies. I have an old boy with poor teeth, and he has a hard time with hard foods. So I like to bake them a little softer. I go about 16 minutes. You can go about 18, 19, 20 minutes. 20 minutes will give you a nice hard cookie. So if you got a dog that's, say, an aggressive chewer, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you want to make bigger treats that a little more stiffer, then go ahead with a little more time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get that started, and I will come back in 20 minutes and see you in 20 minutes. Hey guys, welcome back. Just pulled the cookies out. So as you see, we got them all right here. Some nice little cookies, right? So, like I said, they're good for a couple days if you got a little dog jar or something. They're good for a few days, 3, 4, 5 days on the counter. They're good in the fridge and for a couple weeks, and you can freeze them. So that's the best way to do these. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit like down below. There'll be a like button down there. Also subscribe. That way you don't miss anything else. Feel free to comment anything down below. Please feel free. Anything you guys want me, to see in the future. Any problems that you might have. Like I said, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I do a lot of herbs and spices to help dogs with illnesses. So if your dog does have a certain type of illness, feel free, put it in the comments. I'll answer you. Tell you what you can add to it. There's certain things that you can add to, like peppermint or something like that. Good if your dog has, if you got an older dog that's, helps with more inflammation and stuff like that. But again, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope your dogs enjoy the cookies. I guarantee they will. And stay tuned. Another video coming soon.